allow the children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, politico, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Politico, my ego don't come. This one not the off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do even no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, my ego don't come, my people make you shout.
Apologies. Apologies to everyone. The sound should be back by now. So I was actually welcoming everybody back. Apologies. So I said, thank you so much for joining me again. Read the caption of the broadcasts. Read the description of the broadcasts. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends.
And yes, we like you.
And tell them.
Only you too.
Today. Sorry for delay start, by the way. Please, thank you so much once again for joining me I am going to do exactly what I asked you to.
Yeah.
But just before we settle down into the program fully, I do have something to say. Has rewarded his power. Thank you very much, Motide. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching this program right now. It is Mayegun live. This is live if you're watching it live. But just before we delve into the whole thing tonight, I would like to use this opportunity, to say thank you to every one of you that I regard as or refer to as Templars, the people that make up this platform, especially on YouTube. In the last 1 week, we have received new people here. Yes, majority of them who came across possibly some of our videos, and they found it, they found them interesting, and here they are. So I want you, the veterans, to please welcome all of those who are here new. But then, if you join this platform, if you join this Mayegun's Diary Political in the last 1 week, can you identify yourself in the comments? I want people to welcome you. It is the tradition. So we've had like over 1,000 new members. We don't know if they are going to be staying or if they are just transiting. It's okay. There are moments here we can say welcome into our midst. But just a quick introduction, okay? So that maybe it's only one video you have seen, or maybe two, and they are so interesting. And here you are, you decided to subscribe. I know you can take that anytime you want, but there are some things you need to know, okay? So on this platform, you see this platform generally is populated by those who don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria anymore. If they are given that choice this hour, they will cut off from Nigeria and they will subscribe to the breakup of Nigeria. But nevertheless, there are those who are here too, who want one Nigeria, okay? Yeah, they want one Nigeria, but they don't want this particular Nigeria. And there are many other categories, like I said, special categories here. But for you to understand, so when you begin to hear us talk about the criminals in charge of Nigeria, here, we do not treat the Nigerian criminals by tribe, party, like by tribe, by ethnic, by their religion. Because majority of us here believes that the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they do not have ethnic, tribal, or religious affiliation. They were just tools that they have used, okay, to subdue majority of us. Are you following? Then also, we do not have respect for them. Okay? Like, political correctness is not our thing. We just say the way we feel. Okay? It doesn't mean maybe we do not have respect for, especially for elders who earn it, respect. We are the most respectful people you can come across online. But you will only feel offended in case, if you are the type who is wearing your tribal, your ethnic, your religious garment and can easily be offended, you know, like you don't like the tone. Oh, that is so harsh. So if you are the type, you are not going to be comfortable here. All right? Now, if you are the type that sort of love God, which is great. I love people who love God. Seriously. I do not like people who love to use God to manipulate others. When we are discussing public issue, they are like real life issue. Okay? As I am talking to you right now, every minute, more than 100 Nigerians are falling into poverty. Every minute. Imagine what that is in a single hour. And that's not a joke. It is a real life issue. And we can react the way we feel comfortable reacting without any respect whatsoever. Whether it is your religious leaders, whether not your pastor or imam, or anybody who want to use Islam or use Christianity or what have you to doing us or try to use that to gaslight us, you are not going to be comfortable here. I just thought I should say all this, okay? But apart from that, I don't think anything will offend you on this platform. I don't think so. Okay? Except if you are a closet supporter of all this evil happening in that contraption. And don't ever try to blackmail us with patriotism or one Nigerianness. We call people like that unity beggars. Let us pray for Nigeria. All of us should come together. We should come together. You and who is we. So we don't do that here. But you are free to believe what you want to believe. And regularly, what you believe in, if it is part of the rot in that contraption, trust me, you will be outed and you will get angry. Don't ever ask us to respect anybody that we choose not to respect because they have disrespected us severally. Please don't speak for anybody that we are speaking against here. And if you have to do it, I will advise you to do so in your head, because majority of people here will not tolerate that. Don't drop God in every conversation here. Every small thing, God this, God that, please. Nothing apart from that, everything is fine, you know? So if you joined us in the last 1 week, these are the things you should have at the back of your mind, whether you are staying, to know if you are going to be staying or you are only transiting, just so you know. But if you choose to stay, you are going to love it. Because even the supporters of the criminals in Nigeria, they are here. Because this is the only place where we are not just talking about the problems, okay? We are actually naming those behind the problems. And don't ask us for what is the way forward here. Don't ask me. Because that's exactly what I have spent the last 10 years of my life teaching on this platform. Telling everyone that we might have tried everything, but the only thing we haven't tried, that they are telling us not to try, is to break up that contraption. Do you understand that now? That's the solution. And if you are not part of people who believe that is the solution, it's all right. Don't come here and begin to ask us to advise the criminals who are intentionally destroying a country, destroying the future, the lives of millions, even those yet unborn. So yes, don't ask us for solution. everything else is safe. The other people at the committee of veterans on the platform, they will likely, they will introduce you to other things I've probably have forgotten. So yes, going forward, you see, some of you were wondering, I mean, those of us who had the childhood of lies, because that's exactly what Nigeria is. Childhood of lies, okay? Where a bunch of saboteurs, criminals, and their pals continue to tell us to praise criminals like themselves as heroes. You see, if your hero live long enough, they will become villain. That is exactly what has happened to Confessor Bajue, Professor Soyinka, where many, a lot of people were expressing their shock and surprise that his voice could actually really help. His voice speaking up for millions of people who are victims of Tinubu's policies. Same thing under Bokwari. If the way he added his voice, like nobody wanted a 90-year-old man, okay, to come and protest for you, all right? But at the same time, you don't want the voice of a 90-year-old man gaslighting you for wanting a working country, a better country, the society that works for you as young people. A 90-year-old man gaslighting you, calling you names, setting you up for killings by the brutal regime that have no respect for anything human rights. So that too it's unacceptable. Here you get, 9 years ago, this soon-to-be 90-year-old man was 81-years-old man, and his voice was so much, like even more than his voice, this old man was on the streets protesting against bad government. He was a role model to many, but they were misleading people. He participated in misleading millions of young people into the shackles and the chains of APC. And he has no remorse, no regrets. Rather, he came back to gaslight the same young people, call them fascist or fascist or so, right? The people that does not want any other people's opinion, they are more dangerous than the Tinubu's thugs that denied the Igbos or people that look like the Igbos from actually exercising their own franchise, fundamental human rights, because they were Igbos. Soyinka is mute. The world sees that, and they see his hypocrisy to the point that everybody dragged him. They dragged him on the... But we understand why later. He will always be very, very nice to his friends. Okay? But he can still be nice to his friends without having to gaslight young people that are demanding for a better country, a working country, as if to say that is actually a wrong thing to ask for. Now, if you now feel like somebody else could give them that, and that person is failing, they could call you out and say, oh yeah, come now, say something now. You were vocal before, you were physical, you are everywhere. Now you are mute. Say something, and you are like, you turned around, and you started gaslighting them and blackmailing them. At that age, he lost all due respect, and rightly so. The actions of those who call themselves older people in Nigeria has been put to questions by many, many of us, the younger people, that what exactly is the aim and objective of these older people for the younger people, the younger generation. These are people who are possibly have seen the most part of their lives. Okay? And how is it so comfortable that they could destroy lives that they could see, and they still don't see that they had what they are doing is so wrong and so evil that they could have had that the rest of their lives. They could actually use that for atonement for all of their own miserable existence. But no, at that age, they become more stubborn. That is why what you are having right now is like the war against civilization. You are dealing with people whose mind, imagination are that of the 50s, the 60s. The people that don't believe they could ever be wrong. Yes. Those who believe in that nonsense, what an elder see sitting down. If a young man climb a 100-story building, he can never see it now. How many of these older people saw that they were going to be wretched in their old age? Because government policy, inflation and the rest of them, unpaid pension and the rest, no plan this and that, right? It's going to make them poorer at the old age and sick. How many of them saw Nigeria of this 30, 40 years ago? Take that away from their ages. They were in their 40s. They were in their 50s. Now, take a look at 40 years after that. Look at the world they were living. They still don't believe they are wrong. Because they are stubborn. You know? They are stubbornly destroying lives of millions of, 25 years ago, the military handed over to the civilians. And it was called the government of the people by the people, right? Now, see what you have. 25 years after that, we have 25-year-olds in Nigeria today whose lives have no direction, no meaning, no education, no skill, no nothing. But they are existing in that Nigeria today. Those who were given birth to 25 years ago, they are 25 years old now. Miserable, frustrated. No job, no skill, no education, nothing. In their millions. Then the older people believe that demanding for a better life is an act of insubordination and disrespect. And that makes you more dangerous than a section of the youth armed with weapons and all of that, you know, to attack those who are asking for that better country. So you can see the hypocrisy. Some of them were like, you know, Soyinka was twerking. The Professor Bajwe was twerking. And the rate at which he was twerking for Tinubu lately, if the guy caused earthquake, like you say, and then next you just like, just the narrative, like, you know, that one that they said, the way Nigeria is going down, more. They go soon reach crude oil, again, kind of. We are now living in a world where older people are becoming more dishonest and dishonest. And at the same time, they are demanding respect. That is the world we are living, where older people, despite being wrong again and again and again, they are demanding respect. Irresponsible older people. Then we have the misled, miseducated younger ones that are sharing them on as their future is being blown away by these roads. They deserve no respect, my darling. That's why we don't respect them. You see, the world they have created is the world whereby if we allow them, majority of us will never grow old. We will have no, when you have no access to proper education, you have no access to proper health care, you have no access to proper, you don't even have safety, no security. What is the chance that you are going to live to the age of 80? What is the chance? The health sector has collapsed. The economy has collapsed to the point that people can no longer afford their medication. That is the economy as we speak. People are choosing between to eat or to buy to buy their medication. Life-saving medication. No. People are now skipping medication. Many of them young people as well as older people. In the country these guys have created. And condemning that, they want you to do so respectfully. Fine, but do so with respect. How do you respect people whose life's career and life's decisions, politically and otherwise, is to cause anguish, pains, generational poverty for millions, including you, that is defending them because they are from your tribe, because that man is from your own ethnic nationality. Oh, he is a Christian. Give him time. Oh, he is a Muslim. I believe him. Just give him time. You are associating with people who are mean to destroy you because they are from your religion. They are from your tribe. But when you look at the world, when you look at the country they have created, you are not spared because of your religion. You are not being spared because of your tribe. You are not being spared because you are a member of APC. Let's even use that. And you still don't see it. So that is why you should understand where we are coming from. Their actions will kill many of us before we even, their actions and inactions are already killing many of us before we even turn the age 5. Do you know the level of child mother mortality rate in Nigeria? People who are dying in this 2024, people who are dying because they want to give birth. That will tell you what you need to know, that before, and then when you now look at the number of children that are dying from diseases that the rest of the world have left behind 40, 50 years ago, killing children, disabling them, and all of that inside that contraption before they turn 5 years. Then when you finally turn 5 years, the Nigeria economy, which has guaranteed that, because it's obvious, according to the World Health Organization, what was recommended for proper mental development. You see, this is our brain. When we are like a 3 month, that's why you see, don't knock a child on the head. Okay? Some of us received knock in our head, and now we are mad, or we don't know. I'm telling you. You see, when our brain was developing, there was some certain food we were supposed to be eating. Not be all of us chop them. Honestly, we just kind of survive. That's what we say. And at the end of the day, some of us grew up as mumus. And all we know, despite, you will see Nigerians so educated though. They have all of the certificates. They want to achieve all of the educational whatever. But then, when it comes to proper critical thinking, they think about themselves mostly. And then they are comfortable being led by rogues. Most of them, school dropouts. No be mumu be that. Do you understand where that came from? It came from how we grew up. And that is why majority of us decided to go and learn what is called street smart. You have to learn how to survive on the street. And whatever skill you develop as your own survival skill, you can make it from it. And that is why you see people that only few people can actually think critically. And sometimes thinking critically, some of us came back to life because of the fear of poverty. You sit down, you look at your life and say, then suddenly you just started singing. Amy, Amy, oh. See, I don't know, say I get talent for music, sha. You say, very, very talented musician. Mayegun lele yi, lo lele, mayegun lele yi. That's my own street talent. I do not have to know how to fix electricity. I do not have to know how to develop anything. I need to survive. That is the world this criminal has created in Nigeria. Now somebody is going to threaten you that you don't have respect for elders. Do you want to die young? You better wash your mouth. Wash your mouth. If you want to grow old, you better don't disrespect elders. Papa, there is no plan that you are going to grow old. You know how many we don't buy? We're supposed to stay here, but they don't, because they couldn't be taken care of. Some children. The rest of us are just like trying to survive. You will see doctor, you will see this professional, that professional. Once it comes to public discourse, they don't get sense at all. Smart thing, they will say, but you know, it's just that I read it in physics. When you mix, look at it. The country that is, I think Nigerians are the third, if not the second or third most educated immigrants in America. You could still see a person who don't live for America for 15 years. It will be defending that contraption. Do you think that is because majority of them were taught, go and learn clinical, go and read. If you read your book, you become a doctor. So but doctor we no know say, if you bring in criminals, who have no regard for education, who have no regard for human lives, they will get to power, and you, doctor, you will never be paid well, right? And at the end of the day, you will have a country like Nigeria, despite the fact that you spent your whole life trying to become a doctor. Now you are being led by a drug dealer who gave no hint about education. Do you understand that now? Anyway, Tinubu has finally come out anyway to say, Professor Soyinka is not working for free. So there is a road that they just rehabilitated in Abuja, and it has now been named after the corfessor. And this is what Tinubu said.
Value in Abuja Capital Territory. You talking about every part of Abuja, bringing economic prosperity to people. I wonder what will be like the value of your IGR when the real estate is the real value of Abuja. It has been a great flurry of activities, joyful by all of us that is associated with you. The commissioning of the full scope development Arterial Road N20, as you say, from Northern Parkway to Outer Northern Expressway, ONEX, is another testament to the actualization of our developmental agenda to transform every part of this country. We will do it. Let me say here that your momentous and recommendation to name this road as Wole Soyinka Highway is well received. He's our foremost playwright, novelist, Nobel Prize winner, who has brought Nigeria fame a pride of international acclaim. Thank you for thinking that way. We all accept your recommendation on behalf of the people and Federal Republic of Nigeria. The completion of this strategic project with its underground system of wastewater duct for fiber optic and many other facilities cannot be but mentioned. The population of Nigeria is growing. The population of Abuja Capital Territory is growing. It is necessary to invest in infrastructure to sustain the growth and bring economic prosperity to our people. I want to say once again, thank you, Wike and the entire team. What more do you want me to say? It's in my heart, full of joy, full of pride, because they taught you, Iwike, will not perform. I heard that from several quarters. I made my choice. You didn't let me and the country down. You work day and night, creatively, thinking and doing. The reform you recommended was accepted by me. People are benefiting. You are proud to bring them out as permanent secretaries and civil servants. The job you are creating during these activities is extremely encouraging. Well, I said in Lagos.
So that's Koolu. Thanking Wale Idun for suggesting renaming that road after the Corfessor Gbajue. I mean, you know, it's been very outspoken, and somehow it's been very effective too, helping to further divide Nigeria, which is what actually works for Tinubu and his camp. So yeah, to celebrate Professor Gbajue's 90th birthday, that is why that highway was named after him, not because he's done anything per se, okay? However, Wale Idun, who is the governor of Abuja, had all of the civil servants in attendance where that took place to bow down for Tinubu, because he has been the one who has now approved their promotion, something like that. Somebody said, "Omo, if my mama come back home, I go tell her, Mama, time for you to resign from this nonsense, okay?" But yeah, celebrating the new road in the name, the rehabilitated road in the name of the Professor Gbajue. Wale Idun will always be Wale Idun. Here is one of those episodes.
Today, most of them have never dreamt in their life that they will ever get to the peak of their career. That is very, very important. Not just the infrastructure every day. So if you permit me, I don't know those beneficiaries, the permanent secretaries, I don't know where they are here. Come out, so that you come out. You are the beneficiary. Come out. You are supposed to be the agent of Renew, but come out and come out. Both women, both men, everyone. First, you can take a bow before Mr. President. The lucky ones. Your Excellency, these are the first set of permanent secretaries that you made. Head of service, are you not the permanent secretary? And that is their head of service. Your Excellency, these are the technical team now that we have. So I want to sincerely thank you. Now, most of them have been going to churches and mosques. They have been praying now that God should help them to be head of service. But it was not there before. For them to be head of service, it was not available. But now you have made it available. I know some of their pastors who have been praying for them. So I also told them that they should pray for me to recommend them to you. That is also very important. Your Excellency, this road was awarded in 2020. In fact, this is the fastest. It was awarded 2020, not the one that was awarded 15 years ago, 16 years ago. It was awarded 2020 at the cost of
nuisance Lele.
Yeah, that happened. Okay. All of you come here. Permanent secretary, civil servant. Oh. It is the civil service law that they are promoted as at when due. But in Nigeria, it is political. You may never be promoted for some certain reasons. Whether if they know that the state you come from, they don't like the person in, those in government don't like the state you come from, you will never be promoted. They don't like your religion, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian and that person doesn't like it, you will never be promoted. If, I don't know, like, you just be there until somebody comes and says, oh, let me now promote you. Say, oh, thank you so much, sir. We have been praying to be promoted. God has answered our prayer. God is almightily great, kind of. And those are the trained technical hands of the civil service. They were supposed to be the head of the engine room of the Nigerian government. That's how they are humiliated. And they have to remain loyal to Were Wike. That's what you have. That is the contraption you have. Anyway, talking about civil servants, the NLC, they have come out to say they did not suspend the strike, that they only relax it. I think that's a new word. It's like a strike is ongoing and everybody is like ficting and finding their way around it, and some are complaining, and then you're like, okay, you know what? Let's pause it. Not suspend. Pause. I don't even know what that means. But in practice, it means they are taking a break after 1 day strike, because Tinubu and his team, they agreed that they are going to pay them over 60,000, but they have no idea how much over. So they need a week. Meanwhile, today, there is a breaking news. Breaking news. Tinubu has given Wale Idun 2 days to come up with another minimum wage. Oh my God, breaking news. That must be, wow. Anyway, the Ajaero guy probably can explain it. Suspend, what is relax? What's going on? Mr. NLC President, like, how on the strike?
He's taking salary. Wait now. Yes, now let him. It's nothing. There's
What an
nothing new
agreement
here.
yesterday that within 1 week.
Is anything new here?
So he's not saying anything new. We signed yesterday. And I'm repeating it now because it's from and you are disrupting him. This is camera. So for 1 week that was our agreement, and even international conventions they say you don't negotiate at gunpoint. So whether they thought that they were negotiating at gunpoint or whatever. So we didn't suspend, we relaxed. When our statement comes out, and we relaxed our actions for 1 week. So that we can negotiate. Yesterday's meeting was a kind of mediatory meeting. And then we're going back to the appropriate organ that discusses wages. So we've returned back to status quo, ante ballum. So the status quo was the 497 and the 60,000. So depending on good faith, we can move up and down to reach an agreement. But if not, another stalemate.
So which means it's because of the 1 week, the meeting yesterday agreed that should be meeting. Is that what inspired you or made you to also relax for 1 week?
Read the letter and spirit of that agreement yesterday, that the federal government is committed to moving beyond 60,000. Prior to now, even there was a challenge on why, by some subnationals, on why should you even agree on 60, and they were quarreling among themselves. Why should 60? Some of them didn't even agree. Well, the outcome of yesterday's deliberation shows that they are committed to moving beyond that. So it's like they have given a framework for us to negotiate, to reach certain threshold. That is it. And then before, it appears as if the negotiation was going to be infinitum. But the outcome yesterday shows that this should be completed or concluded within 1 week. So what else do you want to? So those are some of the obstacles we were negotiating without end, and then with a kind of ceiling from one partner that we are not moving beyond this. All those hurdles have been removed. So every party can now talk freely for us to get a middle point.
All right, last Mr. Ajaero, talking about threshold now, floors and ceiling, the organized labor, what will be the floor for the organized labor that you cannot go below?
Negotiation is ongoing. It's floor and ceiling. It's give and take. So where we land will be the floor. The ceiling, the very large extent, will be on ability to pay. Bear in mind that when it was started, state governments were paying 40. So the same thing if you get a floor now, some people will be urged to pay higher than that. That will be the ceiling. The floor will be the basic, where we agree as basic minimum.
I didn't want to put nuisance lele because me, somehow, I know they like to stop anybody with the fight APC criminal government. Even if you think the fight now fake, sometimes I just want to say, fight on, Joe. But anyway, you heard him. They've only relaxed, and the ceiling of their demand is 494,000. So Tinubu's guy said they can go above the 60,000. Whether now 60,500 or maybe now 70,000 or even 80,000, since Edo State and Lagos State, they have promised to be paying 70,000 minimum wage. That's how much they can go. Okay. And Tinubu's federal government is expected to be a little bit over that. So maybe by maybe by Wednesday, or sorry, by Thursday, they will kind of make another announcement to ambush these guys. But let me tell you something, okay? They may announce an 80,000. And the argument is going to be they have increased the minimum wage by 150% from 30,000. So 80,000. In Borno State, school teachers were still being paid 15,000 naira a month by the Borno State government. They've never paid 30,000. More than 20 states in Nigeria have never paid the 30,000 minimum wage. The 18,000, that is the prior one, they have never paid that too. You have no idea the rot all across, by the way. So when Ajaero said they have stepped or they have relaxed their strike, so this happened around what do you call it? The airport. So they opened the airport. So everybody come in for the next 5 days or 6 days.
Gentlemen, we want to say that talking here is not intentional. It's not to mishunt anybody. Yes. And because we did this to make sure that things work well. Please. We are also opening here. And we'll open it in the name of the Father, Amen, and the Son, Amen, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So let this place be open. Open the gate. Yes, we are going to open the Gentlemen, we want to say that talking here is not intentional. It's not to mishunt anybody.
Did you see them where they are like, we open this place in the name of the Father, of the Son, and Holy Spirit? That's how they indoctrinated us, okay, in trying to bring religion into everything. And then you see others say, thank God, thank God. Others will say, oh, congratulations, congratulations. Oh, come on, man. You know. Anyway, somebody believes that whatever happens, you must not let the NLC get a deal of 494,000 minimum wage. It is going to destroy many other things worse than the subsidy removal. His argument is recorded, and he shared that online. Listen, I want you to possibly react to this just like how you think Nigerians actually really understands economy and the rest of that, okay? I don't want you to see this as usual. This one now worry because anyway, I can't control how you are going to react. But somebody believes, and he put forward this point, said 494,000 will increase the food prices. It will increase this, it will increase that, because everybody will begin to demand for a better pay, you know, like. So you must never let NLC get the minimum wage. Now wahala. Listen.
Nobody should allow federal government to make new minimum wage 400 and something thousand. A lot of you are so excited about it, but you're not even thinking how small business owners and private individuals are going to cope. For example, I own a bakery. For me to be able to pay the least of my staff 495,000, it means I have to be profitable. And for me to be profitable, I can't be selling my loaf of bread 1,000 naira anymore. I have to start selling one loaf of bread for maybe 50,000 naira. Those of you that maybe your daddy works in a transport company as a driver, presently maybe he earns 150,000 naira per month. The minimum wage right now is 30,000. So your dad earns times 5, because 30,000 times 5 is 150,000. So if the new minimum wage becomes 495,000, you have to check 495,000 times 5, because your dad still has to earn times 5 of it, and that will be like 2.something million. But I can tell you that your family will be happy, but that money you won't even be able to use it to do anything reasonable, because the 2 million naira will definitely look like 150,000 naira. Transport companies, the government that is going to give them money to pay their salary, to pay their workers. So they have to increase the price of their products and services for them to be profitable. If you want to travel from Benin to Lagos, don't think that you are going to go there with 30,000 naira. You have to go there with nothing less than 200,000 naira. Even a bike man will charge you 20,000 naira for you to move from one point to another, because everything will definitely have to go up. How are small business owners going to pay their staffs 400 and some thousand? They have to be able to increase the price of things. Are some of you even thinking, this was how a lot of you were so excited when they started to remove fuel subsidy? You say that governments are the ones eating your money, let them remove it. Okay, now that they have removed fuel subsidy, how are things? How are things? Life is still very difficult. And you've forgotten that fuel subsidy is the only thing Nigerians enjoy. Okay, federal government have health care. How many of us do go to public hospitals? How many of us do go to government schools? But fuel is something that everybody benefits from, no matter who you are. Even a newborn child. Farmers need fuel to transport their farm products. Transport companies rely on fuel. Everything literally relies on fuel. So when you remove fuel subsidy, life became difficult. Fuel that was 100 and something naira is now almost 800 naira. So you think that if they put a new minimum wage 500,000 naira, 490,000 naira, that things will become better? Some of you that even so are excited about it, you will even be the first to even lose your job where you were, because some of you are not so valuable. Some companies are not so profitable, but they still have to pay their staff, hoping that the economy will get better and someday they'll make profit. So if they have to now make it 400,000 naira, how are they going to pay their staff? Some business owners won't even do the job themselves. They have to sack a lot of people, and crime is going to increase. Right now, what I'm trying to say is that I understand they are going to negotiate it. Maybe somewhere along the line it's going to fall between maybe 100,000 or 70,000 naira. But things will still go up. That's just the truth. Because people have to increase the prices of their products and services to be able to afford to pay their this thing. Even government people that pay their domestic staff, it is our taxpayers' money they used to pay them. Some of you have seen, some people were concerned that private individuals, how will they pay their domestic staff? Some people are now saying, why would you employ domestic staff if you don't have money? The truth is that people will start investing in robots to perform these kinds of tasks, because they can't be able to. If 400,000 naira times 12 a year is almost 5 million. If you invest 5 million naira in getting yourself a robot, your house will be cleaned. It's even efficient. All you need to do is maintenance. That is where the direct. And those of you that are not so skilled, you will lose your job. 2 years you've never found employment. Crime will increase. If there's anything the federal government can do right now, is to subsidize the things that Nigerians use every day. One commodity that everybody benefits from is fuel. So as a poverty activist, I am this is my comment. The federal government should please bring back subsidy, because no matter how they increase the minimum wage, Nigerians will still suffer. Fuel subsidy is what brings us together. It's the only thing we all benefit from. Whether we are poor, successful, whether you are a ritualist, whether you are
he has no job. He has.
That's how people sound. What is his name again? Something Idu. That's his name. And that is how typical Nigerians sound. It is really sit down to actually put his thoughts down, look at it, we'll go over it again and again, and just tear the paper, say, Abi Mumu, I can't do a video on this. Do you know that there are educated Nigerians that actually believe that the government in Nigeria can bring price of foods down by just going after? In fact, there are educated Nigerians who believe that the price of food or the price of goods going up, though government is doing its own, they can't tell you what government is really doing, but they'll say government is doing its own. But our people said they are bad. Fuel subsidy is also affecting the woman that is doing gari. $10 they affect that woman when they sell tomato. Let us tell ourselves the truth. That's how educated Nigerians, that's how they argue. Very, very ignorantly proud and loud. $10 they cost government should go after them and make sure they bring the price down. Government should do everything to bring the price down. They have no idea that government will not buy anything for you to sell in a supposed free economy, which Nigeria pretend to have. Free economy. Okay? Willing buyer, willing seller. A pseudo free economy. It simply means if I want to sell my own pen for 20 naira and somebody else want to sell their own for 2 naira, which one would you choose? That's up to you. That's what the free economy is, right? Then this guy, what is his name again? I actually love to kind of call his name, by the way. So Nigeria want to act like it is a capitalist. No, sorry, the government of Nigeria want to, they are presenting a kind of capitalist society in a poor country like Nigeria. And at the same time, they want to also act as socialists, or the government that cares about the poor, right? So a typical Nigerian believe that Tinubu is not paying subsidy right now. When you tell them that if a dollar is being exchanged for over nearly 1,500 naira to a dollar now, and Nigeria is importing over 80% of our own domestic fuel consumption. That simply means if you compare the price, the actual landing cost per liter normally should be 1,700 naira per liter. Then if they had their own money, you should be buying a liter of petrol in Nigeria right now. The cheapest should be 1,750 naira per liter. That's the cheapest. Tinubu announced that he's removed subsidy, so that was why your fuel gone up. But we keep telling you that you are not just only paying for subsidy, they are now paying like more than double of what they were paying before they told you they removed it. But educated ones in Nigeria still believe. And because they remove subsidy, that's why everything is hard. An educated Nigeria doesn't understand the economy enough to know that if your country is suffering, struggling, okay, the former government and former rogues have looted the treasury. So they've taken all the forex. You need more. You actually need to amass a lot of that forex. So the first thing you should do is to stop buying imported cars, imported this, imported that with government money. You will lead by example. By so doing, you've cut down the demand on those forex. But you are not telling those people in Nigeria that you need not naira to buy those automobiles that they are budgeting over 2 trillion naira to buy in 2024 alone. They are not going to use that 2 trillion. They're going to convert it to dollars in order to go and buy them and bring them. That's stress on your own, right? So you lead by example. That money they are borrowing to defend the naira, you don't defend the naira. Reinvest it in that your own economy. Give the money to the critical sector of your economy to use. Give them a year, they will pay that back, more than that back. And then this, businesses, the salary of their staff is not why the prices of goods will go up. They will kind of say that easily. Oh, minimum wage is for 500,000. That is why the packet of Indomie is going to go up. No. Companies are folding up in Nigeria because of the cost of production, multi-taxation. All of this, including import duty that they have increased more than 7 times in the last 1 year alone. All because they are looking for money. Who pays for all of that? The end user. You have a bakery, and in that bakery, you are spending the increased electricity tariff. The same bakery that you normally, okay, minimum wage is 30,000. You have no chance of growing because the entire system is rigged against you and your business, right? So you have a bakery, and in that bakery, you have 4 staff. Those 4 staff, based on the minimum wage and their skill, you are paying them 100,000 naira. That was when, the dollar to naira or naira to dollar was 150 naira to $1. You could afford to receive the supply of your flowers, the ingredients you needed. The cost of electricity was not too much. It wasn't even this bad. Which means, right, even though you are spending money on maybe generators, alternative electricity, but you're not paying through your nose. Now, let's use figure now. You have 4 staff. They are collecting 100,000 naira each, including the driver. That is 400,000 naira for your staff every month, right? Then also, a bag of flour was sold for maybe 4,500 or 6,000 naira per bag, 50 kg bag, right? And regularly, you get all your supplies. On your supplies alone, you spend, let's say, 500,000 naira every month, okay? Conveniently, you get this huge truck. When they bring your supply, you have to also pay people to bring all those things in. 500,000 naira supply, 500,000 naira, 400,000 naira salary, 100,000 naira on alternative energy. On your electricity and generator. That's 1 million naira you are using to run your business. And you could easily go out there and sell a loaf of bread for 100 naira, 150 naira, and you will still pay your staff. You will still pay your taxes. You will still make profits. You could make more if the electricity is stable, right? But yeah, it's not. But yet, the exchange and all of, because the flour you are going to need, the manufacturer, the company producing them, is they are either importing them or they are also spending through their noses to produce a bag. But nevertheless, they were still affordable. Your business could still bank on that. People who were earning 30,000 naira salary, they could walk to your bakery and even feed on bread. They could buy bread every day for 30 days. That was going to be, they could buy the bigger bread for their family every day for 30 days. That's still going to be 3,000 naira. 3,000 naira from their 30,000. They could buy a bag of half bag of rice for 3,500 naira when it was 7,000 naira a bag. They were earning 30,000. Abi? Then fast forward. You who is doing business, your staff, you have 4 staff. You are still paying them 100,000. From their own money, they too were able to pay their rent, the school fees of their children, and maybe even their own parents, their medical bills. From that 100,000, then APC happened. 9 years after that, your business, you can no longer pay 400,000 though. First, you have sacked 2 staff from your bakery because you cannot, even 100,000, you cannot pay anymore. The remaining 2 staff with you, you are only paying them 50,000. They do not have the skill. They do not have the experience. Those ones you were comfortably paying before, they had. Now you have new guys on a cheap salary in order to match. Those ones too, how for do? At least they are better off than the government workers earning 30,000, Abi. So with the 50,000, now here you are. Your 500,000 naira supply every month is now being brought in by Okada. You are now using Okada to do delivery of your flour. All of this because of the policy of the criminals in government. So you can't pay anymore. Your bakery is suffering. And now somebody wants to gaslight you and say, you should not support the minimum wage of a 500,000 naira because remember, you will not be able to pay. Okay? And now, even though you have cut down the salary of those working for you, yet you are still unable to sell your bread cheaper. You can't. Your bread, the bread you were selling for 50 naira, 100 naira before. You are now selling them for 900 naira. Now, you know the problem. Those who were earning 30,000 naira then, they can't even afford to buy your bread anymore. So everyone is facing that because of the policies of the criminals who would rather use money to import cars, or spend almost 10 billion naira traveling abroad to. Papa now. So if somebody comes around and says, because everything will be expensive, because of salary, that's what Nigeria is. Ignorant, stupid, and loud. Unfortunately. You know? However, that is why somebody like Wale Idun is their finance minister and coordinating minister. He just said that they are giving all of you 75,000 naira each to cushion the effect of high cost of living. These are the people that are going to give you new minimum wage. And these are the economists and the economic planners that are telling you, okay, that if Tinubu's reform and this and that, give it time. And some of you believe them. You are trusting them with your lives. You are trusting them with your businesses. Idun, Wale Idun, the Minister of Finance in Nigeria.
Clearly, the initial measures taken by Mr. President to stabilize the economy have led to an inflationary spike in terms of the cost of fuel, and secondly, in terms of the exchange rate, and also in terms of interest rates. The central bank defined as its core mandate to fight inflation, and the number one tool used for that is pushing up interest rates. In a nutshell, those were actions that were necessary, but that led to a spike in the cost of living for the ordinary Nigerian, as well as increased costs for businesses. However, those measures are beginning to bear fruit. At a time when interest rates are high, which normally means that businesses find it hard to borrow and invest, the economy is growing. People are finding sources of funding, sources of equity, including government putting in its own share of private, public sector funding for infrastructure in particular, and that is helping to create jobs and grow the economy. But on the other hand, inflation, yes, it is high at 33.69%. Food inflation at 40.5% is worrisomely high. But the fact is that inflation is coming down month on month. It's down to about 2.3% month on month from nearly 3%. So it is slowing, and the will is expected to reduce as we have continued the dry season harvest, and then we go into the wet season harvest. That is the place to focus on, and a lot of emphasis is being placed on there to get agricultural output up, to get prices down, and that will be a big factor in bringing down inflation. But also, in order to ameliorate the effect of the initial pain that high elevated indices, like you said, interest rates, exchange rate, and so forth would cause, there has been an intervention program. And the first was the keenest, that is direct payment to Nigerians. In all, 75 million Nigerians, effectively 15 million households, was the program that was laid out. And what had happened is that it had to be reset. We all saw and we all know the experience. So the 75,000 naira immediate payment to Nigerian households so that they can go to the market and buy as an immediate emergency measure stalled at first, and now it has been put on track and is expected to really yield dividends in terms of pushing out that
nuisance lele.
No doubt. Tinubu's economic handlers, they believe that it is an economic policy to borrow money and share the money to few people, then they can begin to, they will then drop bogus numbers like 75 million Nigerians, 75 this, 15 million, like that. And that is an economic policy for them. It will yield results by giving Nigerians $20, $50 to start businesses. Hungry Nigerians, they are being given 30,000, 50,000 naira to start business so that they can be lifted out of poverty. Or sharing money. You know what this guy did? Immediately, Omo better edu. Do you remember? Hi, that's Tinubu's Minister of Humanitarian Disaster, Poverty Development, and then disaster sustenance. That was a better edu, the one that used over 8 billion naira of public fund to, I mean, she gave that to her friends as consultant to help them consult the poorest people in Nigeria and develop a register for them that they will be given money from Tinubu to be lifted out of poverty. A lot of people are still waiting for that money. Unfortunately, before they could give anybody a dime, they gave themselves over 8 billion naira. And they called it setting up a register. Register, we no see. 8 billion, we no see. Better edu, we no see. We can't find these people or any of this stuff, right? But Wale Idun, what he did was that he has now moved the bazaar office, the ministry's juiciest agency. I'm talking about the ones that shares money. You remember Shadia, Bukwari's girlfriend, before he became impotent. Remember him? I mean, remember her? Yeah, that's the pioneer minister for humanitarian and poverty management and disaster sustenance. Okay, that was her. She was the woman who shared 500 billion naira to 11 million households in Nigeria without using a register in 2 days, 48 hours. Who can do that? That's Shadia. Of course, the money disappeared, okay? So, yeah. And that's exactly what Wale Idun is doing. He is now the one, okay, since the suspension or the hibernation of Beta, Omo Beta, Wale Idun, the finance minister of Nigeria, is now in charge of sharing money, like Pastor Ruga. Remember Pastor Ruga? Oshumbade, the Kenneth Shatabandu, your former vice president, Aguwuri Babaoja. He had his name. He created this ministry. The ministry of using the poor people's name to rob Nigeria. You see, the money is meant to take Nigerians out of poverty. Unfortunately, that ministry has been taking the ministers out of poverty. It's like the ministers in charge of that ministry, they have always been poorer than the poor people that they were supposed to give money to. Because you know what? The money that is meant for the poor people ended in a private pocket of those who were supposed to share the money. So which means the ministry is there to maintain the poverty. But it was created by Pastor Ruga. It was Pastor Ruga. Alaye crashed a shopper in Kogi where he wanted to go and share money. Yeah, Pastor Ruga, the Kenneth Shatabandu, he crashed. The way they no go hospital. He enter Okada, carry bag of money, still enter Kogi, they share money. The rest of Nigeria was saying, what happened to Pastor Ruga? Hey, they have killed him. Oh, hey, I fear Fulani. Oh, hey, they have killed him. The plane has crashed. We didn't know that the shopper just lost his radar and all of that, just bad because of dust. Pastor Ruga no go hospital. It be like person will do money ritual. They say you must spend this money before 12 a.m. or else you go run mad. Nigeria Vice President crashed a shopper where he was going to share money to poorest Nigerians to lift them out of poverty. Yes, that happened. I'm only trying to make it look like no biggie. But it happened. It's not funny. It happened. The man no go hospital. The next thing, they don't take his picture. Oh, thank God. Ah, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus. Ah, God has shamed enemy. Pastor Ruga is alive. He continued to share the money. That's how evil and criminally minded these guys are. So yeah, they will give you 75,000 naira each to cushion the effects of Tinubunomic. I hope you remember that. I'm talking about Tinubunomics. How many of you remember Asiwaju baby? Asiwaju baby. Oma baje fun eni baby. You know, normally they will say, Oma ko ni baje baby. That's the usual slang. Director's cut. No, not you. African Wahala. You know that now? Kodiba baby. Come over, baby. Then Asiwaju baby. And that was Toyin Aimakhu. Toyin Aimakhu or Toyin Abrahams. She's a very popular actress, a Yoruba actress. You see, during the fever for the charade called the 2023 selection, which practically has practically tore Nigeria apart. If you like, pretend. If you like, don't. People now, and I think I am one of those, I don't know if I should be asking for forgiveness. No, not forgiveness. I should be calling for ceasefire. No. Okay. I don't know. Because I remember coming here to say, if you are happy and you know, say, sorry. There's something I wanted to say there, right? Because I remember coming here, right, to say, every time you wake up every day and you remember what Tinubu has done or taken away from you because of his policies in the last 1 year, especially in the last 9 years, you have every right to wake up every morning, all right, and place a curse on those who encouraged Tinubu to become your president. When I saw her crying, I felt bad. I didn't feel bad, that bad, not like that kind bad for her. I actually felt bad because of the children. You know what happened? When people say, come over, baby, it is a sign of love. Come over, baby. Konibaje, baby. Spend my money, baby. Kind of, you know what I mean? They will say something like, I am your cash app. You can cash me, something like that. Anyway, all those fancy words, right? They are like beautiful words you say to people who are beautiful and beautiful souls, right? So then Toyin Aimakhu came out of the blues, put all of our own career. I mean, this is the day. See, this is part of what I meant by the kind of education people have in Nigeria. Okay, if they are smart enough, if you are smart enough, and you know you have a career, Nigeria is a place where you have to do everything, also everywhere to make it. Okay, there is no support, there is no help, there is no systemic support for you anywhere per se. Now, if you now struggle to build a brand for yourself, why would you kind of throw all of that away because of some criminals that are preaching selfishness? You threw all of that, and you didn't do that discreetly too. You did that with boldness, where people they para, people they angry, they are mad at APC, and then suddenly you came out and you said you are Asiwaju baby. I just finished at a meeting with Asiwaju. Oh my God! When he has told me all of his plan when he becomes president, and because of this, I am voting for him, and I encourage all of you, my fans, to please support him too. But now, 1 year after, Nigerians who are already angry and mad, everybody they craze already. Have you seen Nigerians? Have you seen Nigerians online? Even Wole Soyinka, they see them in his dream. to the point that he's more scared of these angry Nigerians than MC Oluero and his gang with their AK-47 guns and broken bottles. The likes of Wole Soyinka will sit, Corfessor Soyinka will sit comfortably well with MC Oluero. He will probably even sit well with some of these Islamic jihadists too, than to wake up every day to see that you obedient and you angry Nigerians are still there. You are not giving up. You get what I mean? But it's unfortunate, right, that people are mad, people are angry, and they have the right to. I don't think it is right for you to go after our children. I don't think that's right. That is where we should always kind of, you see, trolling, when people troll you online, it go be like say the whole world is coming after you. You can't win. You can arrest 1 or 2 people, but you can't win. It is unfortunate that Tinubu, that some of them bragged about, have brought this upon them, and many of them will do it again and again. But do all you can to them. Say all you can about them. I don't think it's ideal to go after their children. If you are a parent, it's not ideal. And when I saw her cry, I actually wanted to feel bad. But I didn't really feel bad. But I felt bad because the children are being dragged into it. And I mean, genuinely, I feel bad about that. Everything else, Auntie, bear your cross.
Gotten all the comments from where I want to get them, and I've gotten them. Years back, I wanted Jonathan. Everybody wanted Buhari. You guys bullied me. I've never for once passed my frustration at anyone.
That's fine. But hang on. You will vent that your frustration now, okay? But the lesson is now being learned. The people that thought they would teach other people lesson, they are the one learning the lesson in a very hard way, in a very terrible way now. But this was in 2021. Before 2022, there was 2021. Act also.
May God keep giving you. This man gave us language yesterday, and for those of us who understand the language, we have come here to listen. What is something that we did now, and we acknowledge it. So the reasons for which we came here.
I don't hustle. I don't work at fire. I don't suffer defeat, searching for a better life and waiting man will eat. We see the struggle with smile and the hustle for sure. But only God knows the truth and the men will go blow. They say I'm old, but I'm bold. And if truth be told, my energy is divine, my lyrics so refined, so defined. I'm not Martin Luther, but I'm king and I have a dream. One day I'll make the whole world. One day I will rule Nigeria.
One day Tinubu will rule Nigeria. Tinubu is in charge of Nigeria now. Then the 2022 madness reached its head. Like this one.
Kò sí ẹni tí ó yẹ lásìkò yìí láti gbé àsíá ẹgbẹ́ APC bí kò ṣe Àkànbí ọmọ olódò idẹ.
Pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run
àti àfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ọmọ Nàìjíríà rere.
Ipò ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí.
Ó ti ṣeé ṣe.
Ó dẹ̀ dá wa lójú wípé
ìtẹ̀síwájú ọ̀tún adé orílẹ̀-èdè wa.
Nítorí kíni.
Aṣíwájú kájú ẹ̀. Akíkanjú ni. Ọ̀mọ̀wé ni. Pẹ̀lú ìrírí tó péye. Ìmọ̀ àti òye.
Láti darí àwa ọmọ Nàìjíríà.
Dé ilẹ̀ ìlérí.
Araba ní bàbá.
Ẹni abálábà ní bàbá. Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ni. Òun gangan ni. Òun ló kàn.
Nítorí wípé òun ló tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ̀. Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá
Ahmed Tinubu Àkànbí ọmọ olódò dẹ.
Jíjàgàbá.
Tinubu for president.
This message.
It is their democratic rights. Don't get me wrong, okay? I am talking about people who came from obscurity, almost nothing, and they managed to build an industry that, okay, of course, they've been infiltrated and so many of them were actually being fed by the political thugs and even the politicians. Okay, I get that. Then we had these two.
My name is Zach Orji, actor, filmmaker, and vice president of the Ambassadors of Voice for Change. My support for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is both experiential and personal. I have lived in Lagos for over 40 years of my life. I have always known this man as a chief crusader for the democratic consolidation of our country, Nigeria. I have always known him as a man who stands for equity, justice, fair play, and national cohesion. In his time as the governor of Lagos State, he ran an all-inclusive government, drawing people from different ethnic extractions into the executive council as decision makers to run the affairs of the state. There is nothing like this. So people who came from different ethnic extractions were given an opportunity to be part of the decision making of Lagos State. And I know with a high degree of certainty that on a national scale, when he becomes the president of Nigeria, he will do likewise. This is what we need in this country. Though we differ in tribe and tongue, but in solidarity and brotherhood, we stand tall and proud. I know that when he becomes the president of this country, he will turn the economy around for the better. So join me to support this man to turn the fortunes of this country around for the better. Join me and support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. God bless.
That too happened. So if you see Nigerians who are raging today, that Tinubu has, Tinubu to bauju everybody wanje. Now only few we no get shame. Still they bring their face out in Nigeria today. Oboju wanje like, God damn it. You know? And when, I mean, imagine now, Toyin. Oh, I want to feel sorry for Toyin. Nigerians are angry and they are mad. If they see all of their supposed enemies face to face, and that time is coming, be careful. Be careful that they can still, they can only just troll you and do all of this online. And it's going to get worse. The more Nigeria get worse, the more it's going to get worse for those of you who risked it all to come and speak out and then support a drug dealer, a druggie, heroin trafficker as a president of Nigeria. Here you are, Toyin.
Gotten all the comments from where I want to get them, and I've gotten them. Years back, I wanted Jonathan. Everybody wanted Buhari. You guys bullied me. I've never for once passed my frustration at anyone. No, you guys will keep saying you don't owe people explanation. You think it's easy. Every day, they put up the picture of my children. I'll be cursing my children every time. Because you guys feel I'm an emotional person. I will always let things slide. No, this time around, I will not let it slide. I will not let it slide. I have never cursed anyone. I have supported people. I have helped people. I have stayed in my lane. Every time you put up the picture of my family, kini family mi gba lọ́wọ́ yín, kini ọmọ mi, kini rẹ gba lọ́wọ́ yín, kini tèmi gba lọ́wọ́ yín, kini àwọn ọmọ mi gba lọ́wọ́ yín. If you want to curse me, curse me. Tell me I would die, kill me, do whatever you want to do to me. Those children do not even know anything. You curse them, you bully them, do everything to them. Every time. And everybody will keep saying, don't talk, don't talk. And this is going on. Enough is enough. I will not take it again. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ọba Kesolo, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ó dé tí ń pọ̀ jù. Every time, mo dẹ̀ mama dákẹ́, to the extent that some people, I will even go to their DM. Matureri, wọ́n máa bully me, Matureri. Every time, you keep bringing up my child, for what? I am 44 years old, I only have a child. You keep bringing up my child. Kí ló ṣe fún yín? Kí ló ṣe fún yín láti kékeré láti bully ọmọ yẹn? Kí ni mo ṣe fún yín? You think it's a joke, and I will not accept any apology from anybody. I will not take public apology. Mi ò ní gbà mọ́, because I have been quiet for a very long time. Mo ti dákẹ́, tó bá bú mi mà tún rẹ́rìn, and someone will bully me, I will still laugh over it, I will joke over it. I've done nothing. It is democracy, and it is my right to choose and vote for whoever I want to vote for. It is my constitutional right. It is my right. Atiabo, it is getting too much. I say when it comes to my son, it is my right. I did not force anyone. I did not ask anyone. It is my constitutional right. I wanted Jonathan. You guys wanted Buhari. You went for Buhari. I went for Jonathan. Everything. I never for once bully anyone or pass frustration at anyone. Elomi, toba sun, toba tole, toba GM, no mama ba ale mi ni mo jẹ́ kó hun tole. And nítorí pé government tí mo vote fún ló jẹ́ kó hun tole. That is why tóun ṣe tole torí pé Tinubu ni president òun ṣe tole. Èmi mo dẹ̀ sọ pé kó vote fún mo pé mo vote fún Tinubu lòun ṣe tole. Everything that happens in the country, and it is my right. I'm saying it publicly. I never collected a dime. I am not that kind of person. That is not the kind of upbringing I have. Mi ò gba 1 naira. 1 naira. Lọ́wọ́ anybody. Before I chose Tinubu or Sanwo-Olu, I'm saying this publicly. 1 naira. Mi ò gba 1 naira lọ́wọ́ anybody. I never collected a dime, a single money like this. Anybody. I'm saying it publicly and I'm beating my chest to it. I don't have such upbringing. My parents, my mom, my dad, my late father did not teach me like that. So everybody bully me. I just want the world to know, because this, I am taking it up, and I would not accept any public apology, because enough is enough. Enough is enough.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. I am mumu too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise? How many times?
A mumu woman. Ashiwaju baby. You know they say Konibaje baby. And some of you are even like repeating the same thing. He said it is a constitutional right to choose, which is true. I don't know which of your own constitutional right is to troll because I have been seeing all of you saying, so many of you saying, it is your own constitutional right to troll her too. Which I kind of agree, Sha, but leave our children out of it, okay? So, you know, saying that may our children's life be like the Koolu, how Koolu is doing in Nigeria, please. Please. I wish probably that would be effective in any way. You know why people are more angry at you, Toyin? It's because of your people like you and I mean your hypocrisy. So many of you were actually outspoken. You spoke out so well during the NSAS. You added your voice. People loved you. You're on their side. You used your huge following on social media to speak out for those who couldn't speak out for themselves. Only for you to now go back 3 years later to go and support those who killed those people, who killed those Nigerians. That's hypocrisy. That's sad. That's what happened in 2023. So many of those who actually were the voice during the NSAS, they became the voice for Sonwoiku and Tinubu, unfortunately. And the repercussion is what you have now. It is never going to end. I promise you. But please make una slow down on that trolling. It can be really personal. Toyin, you can arrest a lot of people. Guess what? Majority of those that are really going to troll you, or majority of those that are trolling you, they don't live in Nigeria. That makes it worse. And you reacting, arresting people, will automatically make it more like never ending. You will never win. Just take it in. Till tomorrow, Desmond idiot. Whether he say anything or he doesn't say anything, there are those that wakes up every day. And after cursing APC, they will also say, no go better for Desmond idiots. Yes, for calling those who are asking for better country. Children, these children. Toyin, you are never going to win. Don't waste your money. And right now, people will enter you more. Remember Shenwe Egbegbe, that thief that was caught in Computer Village. There is a story that you actually tried to bungle that case by using your influence as an actress. That is already in the public. So I advise that you should just take it in or leave social media. I have seen people who have actually intensified campaigns to ensure that all your movies, they will continue to falter or never receive the supposed, patronage that they should be receiving based on your own hard work and effort. You should have thought about all of that. And people like yourself should actually think before they have to put everything on the line for any politician, any of them, not the ones that are actually accredited evil. Listen, there's something you need to know about Heritage Bank. Heritage Bank is gone, no doubt. All of you who have money in Heritage Bank, right? You should possibly be having your doctors next to you. And there are other banks that are also going to collapse. Right now, not only that the economy of Nigeria is gone, the banking sector has been gone. They have been falsifying the book, declaring profits every now and then. Many of them are not healthy. But it is the job of the Central Bank of Nigeria to protect every penny of depositors. If you have money in those banks, even if they go up in smokes, your money must be saved. That is why you have the NDIC, the Nigerian... What is that NDIC again? I think it is Nigeria, the blah, 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 blah insurance commission. I'll remember, don't worry. So it is to help distressed banks to liquidate and protect depositors' funds. It is like an insurance, okay? That if you're going bankrupt, right? Then they will actually try and see if they can protect the investment of investors and all of whatever they can actually save from the remnant of your dying business. So Tinubu and his gang, they have 4 banks that they are going to liquidate. And all the monies in that bank, they're going to steal them. Yes, you heard me right. They're going to steal your money. NDIC right now is offering those who have money in Heritage Bank peanut from their savings. For example, you have a business and you have a savings of about 17 million. In fact, there is a person who has 17 million naira saved in Heritage Bank in Nigeria. And they just said it in the news. After several days of trying to make withdrawal from their own bank accounts, they couldn't unsuccessfully, they couldn't take money from their banks for days until 2 days ago, when the Central Bank of Nigeria announced that they have revoked the operating license of the Heritage Bank, because the bank is in the debt of nearly 600 billion naira debt. It's a bad debt. They can never recover the money. So what happened to the depositors' money? You were supposed to have access to go and take your money out. Or the Central Bank of Nigeria will look for any LVR bank, okay, to buy the bank and save the job as well as the depositors' money. Somebody who has 17 million in his bank account is now being offered 5 million naira until the conclusion of liquidation. Baba, a business in this Nigeria, you woke up one morning, your 17 million suddenly reduced to 5 million. You're never going to get the rest, but you'll be given a promissory note. We will give you later. That is the situation. And I love this guy and his view on this, because he actually went on to let you know that if they say investors are not investing in Nigeria, these and many more like it are actual reasons why nobody will put their money in that contraption, except they just wish to burn the money.
There will have been diverse different approaches to this. CBN will have looked for other healthier banks to acquire. They will have even done what we call guided liquidation. Guided liquidation simply means stripping packing the liabilities and putting it to one side, and then selling the assets to a very, very healthy bank, transferring the assets and the staff of the company to those, and then looking at how they can now recover those liabilities that are put in the bucket. It was difficult for AMCON to be sold, for NAFCON or NET to be sold in 2005. Obasanjo saw they had a huge liability of almost about 120 billion naira. Obasanjo knew that it would be difficult to sell that asset, that very important asset, without doing so. What he did was guided liquidation. He stripped the asset into one side, put the liabilities into one side. The asset was valued at about $154 million, and he got privatized it. I was one of the lead advisors on the buy side to those that acquired that asset in 2005, 2006. So I knew what happened. I was the acquisition advisor for those who purchased that asset. So what Obasanjo did was a very apt way of getting the thing done. So I expected the Central Bank of Nigeria and NDIC to have told the same route. Since the bank is alleged to have been carrying a huge toxic asset of almost about 600 billion. When did it blow to 600 billion? And the CBN that is supposed to be the regulators did not see it going to that level. If CBN wanted to put it together, they would have pulled the trigger long ago. How did the bank get to the level that the toxic asset kept growing to the extent that they can no longer maintain the books? It's the same thing all over Nigeria. We take things for granted. The same problem we have in the money market with the Central Bank of Nigeria and the deposit money banks, it's the same problem we have in the capital market, and we keep on lamenting the same. There is weak regulation, weak enforcement. Criminality thrives in Nigeria because the regulators that are supposed to enforce the regulation are in bed with the operators at some levels. Then the judiciary and the policing system in Nigeria that is supposed to be very upright had become so compromised that people get away with all manner of criminality, and the poor Nigerian masses takes the short end of the stick. A young man just chatted me inbox. He has a huge deposit in Heritage Bank all his life that he has worked for. Now he's scared that he's going to lose it. Under this terrible, atrocious economic situation, we are now compounding the problems of Nigeria by liquidating Heritage Bank the way they've adopted it. All the staff of that bank will lose their jobs. Associated businesses transacting with that bank will lose their business relationship. And then the worst of it all, people who labor so hard to put their hard-earned savings in that bank are going to receive the short end of the stick, because people just no empathy, no compassion. You just pull the trigger. At the end of the day, those who managed the bank, from the board to the top management, will still go scot-free. It happened in Nigeria between 2005 to 2010. Nigerians gathered and mobilized their savings and invested in the capital market. People took their monies to go and run an election. People took their money to go and buy second wives. People took their monies, went as far as Tanzania to go and buy established banks. People misappropriated the trust of Nigerians. SEC did nothing. EFCC did nothing. CSCPC did nothing. The police did nothing. The people who misappropriated these funds are walking free. The likes of Voiza, Shimak, and all the online Ponzi scammers got courage to do what they do, because they know we operate a criminal system where people can just connive, do evil, steal people's money, and they use the proceeds of corruption and fraud to bribe their way through. They buy up everybody, they even buy up justice. We can't continue to work this way. The CBN should have adopted. If you don't want to do guided liquidation, stripping the liabilities and packing the water and selling the assets, so that the people will not lose their job and lose their deposits, you will have set up a bridge bank, or even made an arrangement for a stronger bank to acquire it, pack the liabilities, and I can bet it 9/10. Those people who are owing those toxic assets will walk away. All they need to do is to buy those buyable. See, the average Nigerian is hurting. The average Nigerian is hurting. There is the feeling of despondency out there. There is this fear. Everybody, see, people believe they can do all manner of criminality and get away. And I have experienced it over the last 9 years. It has become so worse. It has become worse.
And it's still going to be worse. If there's a word called worser, it's going to get worser. Worsest. Then it's going to become worsest. There are no words like that. Okay. But you have an idea what I'm kind of trying to, yeah? Your money will be gone. If you have 100 million naira in Heritage Bank, you will be given 5 million. Hold this one first. Somebody said, well, hello, Mayegun. Yes. What about us that have, especially me, I've got 91,000 naira there. But calm down, Jai. We are talking to those who have money in the bank, okay? We're not talking about those who have, what do you call it? A mere receipts or tickets or something. Yeah, hang on. I'm talking about those that will hear this news and they will just sit down and they'll be like, we are sorry we lost him. You know that kind of news where person go here and say, Esa. They said you should come and take 5 million naira for your 150 million naira deposit in Heritage Bank until they sell the assets and they will now give you the balance. You say what? Esa. They said, we are sorry we lost him. He received the news, or people will go receive phone call and they say, eh? Yes, I said, that's it. Ah, and that's it. They say, oh, we are sorry we lost him. He looked back. It was just so peaceful. Who told you? Many people will die just by the news alone. And if I can make you laugh, even though you have money that is likely going to be stolen, well, fair enough. Maybe I have helped. Okay? Because, like that guy said, they are going to all walk away. All we are hearing in the news is that the 590 billion naira is the liability of Heritage Bank. How did the Central Bank of Nigeria allow it to get to that stage? because you have no working system. And now you are going to suffer it. And there are other 3 banks that are also going to go down. Yes, you hear me? We just hope that they will let others buy them so that you can keep your job and maybe your money. But with the Tinubu and gang, no. Whatever is left in that heritage bank, they will sell it, share the money. Those who took the 590 billion loan that is now, that got the bank liquidated, they are your senators, your governors, your this, your that. They are still out there acting surprised like you. What happened to heritage? Oh my God, what happened to heritage? What a bank. They will never be punished. Okay. I have one last thing to share with you, and it is to let you know that there is a news of a mine that collapsed. Yes, a mine collapsed in Niger State, somewhere in Shiroro, in Niger State. In fact, the place is called, go check. Yeah, the place is called Dangoro, Abi, something like that, Dangororo. So they said that one person has been confirmed dead and 30 others are trapped. It is called the Galadima Kogu. So this is the rescue mission where they are trying to get some of these people out, okay? So you see this mine is located somewhere in Shiroro local government area called Galadima Kogu. And we hope they are able to rescue the trapped victims, okay? Now, this one is like maybe like it's a proper mine. But do you want to see what the illegal mines look like in Nigeria? I'll show you this video from 2021. It is in Zamfara.
Kun ga da ba wannan ne nan aka canta kilo
bari ɗan mun koma mu zo da sai
Sagiru dan sagi shege ya san wuri mai kyau kenan
idan kuma
kun ga yadda aka hatuwa da gara mai sallasan guntattaki
mu ba da kuɗi mu faso mu bashi waccan allaka
wacce allaka
a to shikenan sai in bashi gara
Yes, that is a place called Anka in Zamfara. They killed people, chased away all the farmers. You see that place you saw there? That used to be a farm. Okay. Then terrorism chased a lot of people away from there. And they now started mining for tantalite, mining for gold. And you know something? There are so many areas in Nigeria where some of the harmful chemicals have been brought into Nigeria and they are being used at different locations in Nigeria in the name of looking for some resources, some mineral resources here and there. And most of the money proceeds from all of those places, they do not really go into the pocket of the government. They go straight into the pocket of whoever is the warlord in that place. Yeah, that is Nigeria. Let us pray.
Ṣàánú orílẹ̀-èdè wa ọ̀gá ògo ẹ ṣàánú orílẹ̀-èdè wa ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú ọmọdé ẹ ṣàánú àgbà ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù ẹ ṣàánú àwọn tí ò nípá àwọn tí ò lólùrànlọ́wọ́ ọ̀gá ògo ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ̀yin nìkan ṣoṣo náà nìrànlọ́wọ́ wa o ẹ ṣàánú o Olódùmarè ẹ ṣàánú ẹ ṣàánú ẹ ṣàánú ẹ
ṣàánú wa o. The situation in Nigeria calls for us to be like wow. But Eledumare is not coming to shanu anybody. He has already given you a life. What you make of it is yours and yours only. That is now me come to that conclusion of my own presentation. I still have like 1, 2, 3, but let's leave them there now. I could probably move them forward. Okay. So somebody came and they commented on one of the reading of my book, right? So we have varieties of programs on Mayegun's Diary Politico, all right? And they are as they come. So this individual, I don't know what came over the person, okay? So they sort of kept sending me messages through YouTube, okay? They kept sending messages that, oh, Mayegun, if you don't get anything to say, if you don't have any content, stop reading book. Nobody wants to listen to your book reading. Oh, your viewers are going to leave you if they know that you are just reading. I was like, I know your type. Baba, listen to me. You have varieties of things you can watch on Mayegun's Diary Political. If you don't like book reading, that's all right. But if now your papa born you, and I mean this, so if you are going to be offended, please do. If now your papa born you, send me that message, okay? You will never send another one. It simply means you are not supposed to be here. Okay? I don't need some of your advices just because something is not comfortable with you. I don't like this one. Let's do another one, Mayegun. No. Okay, whatever I bring here, it is for a reason. It's not a random thing. Okay, so I don't need your advice. And if you probably watch this video and somehow you turn yourself to special advisor on how to talk, I promise you, okay, it will also be the last time you would. We know your like. I do know your like, sir. I mean, let me advise you. Don't advise me. If you don't like what you see, the best thing is to pass it on until maybe you will see something you like. So I'll remove that person and I've banned them. You may be watching me. I promise you, you will never comment on my platform anymore. Okay? If you don't like book reading, Mayegun, I don't like this, your song. Your song is too long. Balaye, if you don't like my long song, at the same time, fast forward it. Don't tell me. You telling me is considered as you have been looking for something to just want to say, I shouldn't do something. I hate it when people tell me not to do something. That's it. I mean, kind of make me feel like, are you mad? Like Ibolati Morari. You know, that kind of thing. So please don't advise me. If you don't like something on Mayegun's Diary Political, just pass it. If you think you get it's a bit talk, don't worry, I'll see it. Then I am going to take a mini break, okay? And that is me going on to go and refill my tea cup. That may take me another 2 minutes. So if you're interested, right, first thing first, like the broadcast, okay? You need to. That shows that you are here, all right? And then share it if you haven't already. And the number to call is right there on your screen, okay? Use it. You may be speaking to me in the next 2-3 minutes. So apart from that, I will be back. They speak it tango, bala bala bulaba. You they speak. Anyway, thank you so much. NDIC means the Nigeria Deposit Insurance company, I don't know, commission. Anyway, doesn't matter. I have my first caller. Hello.
Sakpa Malekum, my brother.
Sakpa, I mean, wa alaikum Sakpa, Baba. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while, my brother. You know,
how are you?
I have a life to live. I don't have time for sleeps. But today's program was very shocking. It was so shocking because, you know, I just heard somebody crying, you know, and she's crying and complaining. So I called in today to say a prayer for her. So to the Templars listening to me, please shall we bow our heads in prayer. Father Lord, thank you for gathering us here today to listen to Mayogu.
Thank you.
And Father Lord, thank you for Toyin Abraham. May our children be like Koolu. May our children be like Koolu. May our children be like Shetima. Whatever offsprings our children's produce, they will always be like Koolu. They will always be like Shetima.
I don't know. See, before I become a person, hang on, sir. Hang on, please. Can you relax it? Not suspend it, to relax it first. Okay, hang on.
No.
Hang on, sir. Hang on. There's something I want to say.
Okay.
There's something I want to say. And that is, you know, I do not know if this is a prayer or a curse.
No, Mayogu, it is a prayer. Because they said Tinubu is the best brain that can lead in Nigeria. No, Mayogu, it is not. Mayogu, stop. I go back.
How about you do that? How about
no.
How about you do direct it to Toyin?
No,
for this, listen.
No, Mayogu, I'm not directing it to Toyin. Let me tell you why. Because of what they told us. They said Tinubu is the best Yoruba mind that can lead us. They said Tinubu is a technocrat that can employ the best brains in place. Tinubu employed people like Edons, employed people like Odudua and Mefiole. My God, don't let me vex for you. Let me finish my prayer.
Wait first, okay? Hang on first, please, before you continue. Hang on. You will continue your prayer. I promise you. I won't interrupt you, okay? But brethren, bear me witness. I tried my best. Continue.
So Abraham, that crying that you're crying, you said we should follow Tinubu. That blessing that you wish on our own children, that you said our own children should follow Tinubu, may your offspring, generation after generation, they will be like Koolu, they will be like Shetima. May your daughters be for the streets, be single mothers, and be harlots. Tony, your crying are just begin. You will cry blood.
Thank you so much.
Crying that you are just crying, you will continue to cry.
Thank you.
Mayogu, that's all I have to say.
You have a good one.
Bye-bye.
That one is beyond me. And Una be my witnesses. I tried. And see, I actually meant it. When I said, say all you can towards her. Okay? But please. Because now I don't know. Now I'm feeling somehow like, Mayogu, what is your problem? Somebody is praying. It's not like it's cursing. But we all know what we are doing. Okay? Just for the sake of our viewers, okay? Let us, okay, let's walk the talk. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayogu. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, Mayogu. It's your family, sir.
Well, we thank God. Thank you for asking.
It's your friend, your brother, Joseph Ubonna from Abuja, city capital of Nigeria.
Joseph, thank you so much for joining us tonight. How is Abuja tonight?
Thank you. Mayogu, so terrible, but thank God. Everywhere so scanty. Mayogu, let me just leave that one aside, please. I love your program. I always follow your program. So I decided to just make a call today.
Thank you.
Mayogu, did you know that today, in my area, there's always one local market that we always go to. We can get things cheap in the market. So sometimes I do give my wife money to. Yes, I say local market, local market.
Okay, it's just a local one because I know they have one in Abuja called the Mami Market, and they say things are very cheap.
No, yes, yes. No, this one is our viewer. This one is Kadimo. Yeah, they call it Kadimo Market. Kadimo Market. You know that today, Mayegu, I went to the market myself. A mudu of beans, Mayegu, I bought it for 3,000.
That used to be how much?
3,000. It used to be this piece I told you normally used to be 250, 300 naira. I bought it for a 3,000 naira today in the market. I went for where they sell yams. Yams normally 5 tubers of yam, normal size tubers of yam. We bought it for like 3,500 naira. I bought it for 15,000 today. Myself, not that I sent somebody to go to. Maybe I was like, oh, I did get to. I have like 50,000 in my pocket. 50, I think it should be around 60,000. So let me just go. I'm able to get reasonable something. What I bought for 60,000 was just a bag. I was carrying a bag coming back home. Like I just missed one of them. I say, this is a bag. Do you know what is inside this bag? It's about 60,000 plus inside my bag. I was like,
that supply,
I don't know
what you got could last you like for how long in your own estimate?
What I bought now, by next week Tuesday again.
You would have to go back.
By next week Tuesday, I'm sure. Yes, I have to go to market again. Next week too, because I was like, okay, 60,000. If I go to market, it will take me like 2 weeks. Let me not just let me say like 2 to 3 weeks before I will now say, okay, before the end of the month, maybe end of the month, I was okay, let me just go to market again. I was like, this is just right.
Like, and you could go back to that market, and what you bought with 60,000 this week, you may need 80,000.
It should be about 70, 80,000. Yes, my what I'm saying. So assuming that maybe I know now is when you go to market, if you're going to market, you make budget of 60, just make it of 120 because you might if I bought this one for 60,000, let me just like 120 extra because that will take you for like if it's taking 2 weeks. If you buy like extra like 120, it's okay. It will take me for like 1 month because if you go now that I go in 60,000, maybe if I'm going to next week, maybe I'll budget like 80 to 90,000 or 100,000 at least to make it a little bit okay for like 2 weeks.
And that is what we call the instability. You know, that is what is called instability. Now, if it is going to be like that if you're going to be spending 60,000 every week, right? You could plan your life around that. Nobody say you go spend 60,000 this week. You want to go back next week, it's going to be 100,000. How do you plan your life around that? How can somebody plan their life?
That is very good. That's what exactly what you're saying. It's just it got me to that person, that guy that was playing his video. I was saying, was it somebody somebody that was talking on Lucky that was just talking on content creator that even his content creator, sometimes I wonder how people learn from that kind of his thing. He just make himself rich because he's part of the government. Well, those things that you just say, he's part of the government. I know him very well. That person that was saying such.
Joseph,
I've learned a lot from your program. And do you know what, Maygu? A lot of people, a lot of educated people, just what you are saying, a lot of educated people are still saying that tomorrow is going to be better. When I saw such a people, I just turn around and walk away. Because
ask them how. That's when you will know that they are not really educated. Nigerians are trained to learn. They are only educated to read and write. Okay?
Let's pray.
Ask those people to tell you how it's going to turn it around. They will fight you. They'll start abusing you.
Very good. God will bless you. And I pray that more people will listen to you more. More people will listen to you so that you will inspire them. Because the last time I watched such that educated me a lot was Nnamdi Kanu, his broadcast. That was why when he was adopted, I was always crying because a lot of things that he has said, like a prophecy, almost has come to fulfill. and no one else I could follow online until I met you. Until I met you online, I started listening to you. I started getting more inspired. You know, a lot of things that you said come to fiction. I see them working, something happening. When I went to that market today now, when I was like standing, I recall so many things that you have said, so many teachings that you have taught and has come to pass. And it's still happening. There you go. God will just bless you.
Amen.
And I just pray that God will keep.
Amen. And thank you.
Holding you, going out with you, so that people will listen to you more, and tomorrow we can rise. Because Mayegu, I am praying that more people will listen to you. Amen. More people will just listen to you.
Keep your hope alive for life. Thank you so much. Okay, Joseph. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, and take it easy.
Yeah.
Bless you. So I just want to quickly come and remind us that while some of us are already kind of signing out and leaving, if you are still kind of with us, especially on YouTube where they are like massive, you should remember that it will kind of make sense that we were almost at 2,000, you will say, or even 2,000, and we could actually take our offering beyond that 800 that we have. So take a moment and use that, please. I have another caller, and that is Ahmed. How you doing, Baba?
Barka de, Agida.
Lafiya, kalau. Alhamdulillah.
Gaskiya ma yagu na so in yi fushi da kai maganan gaskiya, na so in yi fushi da kai.
So, you know,
I say.
Don't say anything. Like, you know the drill, right?
No, you know
now you just
you know what I say. You know what I say. I say now so you push the guy. We won't vex with you. As you know, allow that man. I see they say that prayer. The thing they go with flow. They sweet me. You know, see, the thing is this. That brother, see, no, I understand where it's going. You see, that brother that said that prayer, I understand.
It is one true emperor, a very troublemaker.
Yeah. You know, I understand where he's coming from. But again, we all have children. You know? And then, today, if we are doing something, we should always think about our own children. Today, sometimes our actions can lead to their own, you know, the people laying causes. That's why you need to check what you do, because if your picking no the inside, you see as the children don't they collect 3 bullets now, that kind of thing. But notwithstanding, myself, I won't add my
they talk like that one. What about all the women whose children have become victims?
It's true. Which children have become victims? Exactly. That's why I say, you know, it's just a two-way thing. You allow him to say his prayer, and at the same time,
she's
exactly.
So stupid, Ahmed. She's not responsible for all these things Tinubu is doing. She's just not stupid enough to sacrifice all of her efforts for this nothing.
For this nonsense, exactly.
I mean, you know,
and she's not the only person.
She's not.
All those weary, those ogugu, all those people where we say we grow up, and they watch them. As I look them, money I don't want to send all the. Now it make me. I know they too watch Yoruba film again. I know they too watch their movie like that. Like I know sometimes if I get bored, I would just sit down and watch. But not be say because they teach you anything, no be anything, just for entertainment or wo, just make I just watch, but no be say because I'm offer call bank or contori or bon uloni, which brain they get. Imagine all of them, all those grown up, they are on weed, they are on low buku, and when my champagne, and their life self go be, make them no worry. Igbenya you won't leader, Igbenya you won't leader. They no go end well. Oh, ni kuri, iye normal one ni kuri.
Like they themselves should reject. They should reject it.
Don't You don't deserve. You are going. You yourself. You know. You don't. You know. You should understand that. You should be sincere enough to know that you understand that. Oh, deserve lati kure. Oh, you know. because you like people like Olaya, Totumbu, Iwere, Tombasho, mad people everywhere. You people are just useless. You
remember Ololade, Mr. Money?
My
airport, people came from nothing. They created an industry. And they sacrificed the whole thing for, oh my God, damn it, man.
But you know, we all know them. Before, you see, there is one thing about saying people celebrity, all these celebrity things. That before, now yeah, they take better eye look, celebrity, really. You see, LB, I'm a celebrity that I follow, I want we know all of them.
We call them
we know the ones who they give money. I only book. They go. Hey, Baba, we sabi all of now. That's why you see all the politicians. They don't sabi them finish. They don't go feel come out, come beat chest, say what they see. Now few of them go. If they press them where they press their neck, they go begin confess. They don't go feel talk again. But all of them, and that way they wake on the make an analysis. He's talking from the view of an entrepreneur. Now, so all of these smart people they do, all of them are beneficiary from that road too. But won't benefit from that road. That's why you tell me, how are you going to be able to pay?
Imagine blaming the workers for the reason why things will be expensive in the market, not the hyperinflation, not all of this.
And you go see people who go sit down, they will talk. Say, it's true. From some aspect, you see, it's true.
Thank you, Jare, my brother. Those ones they make me.
Can you imagine?
Now, those ones they make me angry most, right? You will just see somebody say something stupid, or even in a video saying something daft. Then you will see all the daft. Thank you, Jare, my brother. Thank you, Jare. And that's what I told them. I said, God damn it, man.
You guys don't even see what these politicians do. Go and check from 1999 to date how they have high up their own living standard and the minimum wage. Go and look. I was looking at some record. I can't look say from how much you don't enter almost 300 billion.
344 billion is their 2024 budget.
For their own.
From people where they collect 2 something billion budget to 1999 today.
And you are paying someone 15,000, 18,000, 8,000, 10,000 to feed for 30 days. Leni koma jali. Kuni dafiyo majali ni. I support me and go jolly. If you talk about the jolly, because I'm not jolly, now they pay me back past that. See, if you want to be armed robber, I support you if you want to be make you target the houses so you won't go armed robber, make you not go rob.
That's why I don't like all these guys calling themselves Yahoo.
But if you are Yahoo, you are here, you are scamming people that are also suffering what you're suffering. If you want to scam, you know the right people to scam. Scam them. See, myself, I will help you collect the money, chop them. We go chop them together.
Yeah.
But you still scam people that are suffering like you, and you won't find one whitewash and talk.
It is a dog eats dog out there, bro.
It's we remain. On I don't know where on our own go amroba, the amroba on ourselves. I bet you really. And now you see what those people they push for themselves. You see, some people we report, waiting be their name. Waiting be their name. Some people from North now, they don't they push for this guy. Yes, they don't they push for Hamza Al Mustafa. Now who they stand for be that? You get one chat to I go enter for TikTok. Yeah. I can't sit down. As I hear them they talk. Now sir group. I can't enter. I can't start to dispute them. Now one idiot, Olori Buruku, as I go look in profile, he don't contest for under PRP. Now America here in sit down. In they tell them, say, no, we know all those things. We kinikon, as we read the constitution, say, see, the problem of Nigeria not be the leader. Now the book on they use, you know, not if do anything. With that book, on not if do anything. He say, no, we know, but we don't want to go back. Then I say, that means you are being hypocritical about it. If you don't want to go back there, you think someone just came out and he's telling you that in our bushes, some people have hijacked our bushes. Meanwhile, this crazy animal, this crazy idiot that you want to support are the same people that was doing the dirty job for Abacha. Now he's a saint. He's the only one that knows all these people. Meanwhile, they are all the same criminal. Person where they help Abacha push money come out.
You
now
push money. Person
not for not all you. Assassin.
You know that.
Na hero him be. I don't tell me self I defeat my own self. No wahala now. We did. Come on, worry. Now time. I don't need that. No wahala my say Anjuma.
So that's Ahmed. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have another caller. Oshi, you're there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayegun.
Good afternoon to you, Baba. How are you?
I'm good. You look during prayers today.
Are you sure? Well, something that is that I love the camera. I have to be honest. I've got a camera, so it always it makes me look good. And when people tell me that, even you are looking good, I'm like, I'm looking good.
No, anyway, I mean during the prayer, that prayer, you look scared. Yeah.
Oh, you mean scared?
Yeah.
Scared. I just look worried because that was like supposed to be a prayer, but I mean, we knew it wasn't a prayer like that, you know.
Yeah.
I just thought I should let everybody know that I tried to stop it, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it's all good. But anyways, I was actually in Nigeria for about 2-3 weeks thereabouts. And I stayed in a family residence in Ikoyi. But to just see the last time I was there, and then this time around, the country definitely looks poorer. People look poorer.
Yeah.
And when they say money makes people look pretty, it's true. People are hungry. People are starving. And there are like a few people in the island where they sort of like feel out of touch. But, you know, everything is still, the pain is still getting to them. It's sad, man. It's really sad.
I mean, we saw where the Ikoyi that used to be the port and all of that. The whole place is now becoming a ghetto. It's like they are already bringing the ghetto to all those areas now too.
Oh
As
yeah,
the country continues to go down there. Compare the last time, like you said, and now, would you say that's true?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, prostitutes everywhere, beggars everywhere. I mean, lawlessness everywhere. It's a mess. You know, I was talking to my aunt the other day, and she was saying, when you go to market, not just that food prices have doubled, tripled, or quadrupled, but those that buy fish that don't want the head of the fish, there are others that are literally begging just to go on with the head of the fish that people don't want. People are begging to buy rotten tomato just to take them and cook because they have nothing else to eat. And one of my friend who is also from the US that went to Nigeria with me, he was just wondering, like, why can't you guys pick up arms and take care of the politicians and do what needs to be done? Well, it's easier said than done though, because he himself felt the wahala because he was supposed to fly out this morning, but due to the strike, he's stuck in Nigeria now. So the country is terrible, man. It's really terrible.
Yesterday when I was talking about the consequences of bad leadership and those who are in Nigeria got trapped there, now they are wondering why those who are trapped in Nigeria couldn't really get out there, right? So I was actually speaking to your pal.
Yeah.
Not like in the sense that he's supporting, I mean like somebody who was living in a working space, then this non-working society, and they got caught in the whole thing. So I was speaking to I knew it. See, all of us go collect like normal.
Yeah, because being born in Nigeria obviously looks like a poverty sentence. Because you look at the numbers of Nigerians in the UK, maybe they're up to 500,000. In the US, maybe about 700,000, give or take. But then Lagos itself is sitting about maybe 20-something million people. And you talk to people, you hang out with them, we just see that, damn, like people have no chance at making it. And not to be pessimistic, but it's daunting. It's clear. I was hanging out with a friend who was studying geography, 6 years at Unilag. Due to strikes and all that, this person is spending about 6 years in college. And my take is like, normally if let's say Nigeria made sense, everyone can go study what they want to study, but if you're not studying accounting, finance, banking, to work in the banks, or something that actually pivots you out of Nigeria. Let's say medicine or whatnot, or computer science. But if you're doing some course because you like it in Nigeria, it just doesn't make any sense. And we talked, and it's sad. And even the Lagos Calabar Expressway, and people are literally debating why they should. It doesn't make sense, because if you actually understand geography, once you get past Lagos and Ondo State, Ondo State, you get to Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom. Everything is all waterine. So it's like, how much are you going to spend building? It doesn't even make sense to even construct a road, expressway, all through that coastal, like the creek, the mangrove. So it's like, why are people actually trying to like make sense out of coastal freeway? Like, do you guys have sense at all? Yeah, no one's literally living in the coastal, in the waterine areas. No one's there.
Nobody lives there. You will need to construct another what do you call it? About more than 100 kilometers of road to actually go to where the people actually lives. But yeah, they want to construct a coastal road. They've seen
third mainland, and we can hardly maintain third mainland. And what, like, even in rivers, there are lots of like islands out there. You get to Akwa Ibom, and then Calabar is not even like, it's further inland, not like further inland like inland valleys. When you look at the map, Google Earth, you see you just can't make sense out of that. I was thinking maybe they're trying to like make another what's that thing is it Eco-Atlantic? That was just my own take on that. Yeah. And those that they are giving contracts to, that, you know, they have history of, I don't want to say too much so I don't get tagged as a potential, you know, DSS when next I'm going to Nigeria.
You don't like that, Abby. You love this your Nigeria trip coded there. You don't want that interrupt. Okay.
I don't. So
you know what I mean?
don't, because when I'm at the airport, I don't want to say too much, but it's, I don't know, man. Prayers alone won't really do.
No, it won't. Well, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, and by the way, I was fortunate enough to actually speak with our author, and you know, and he's mentioned like he's seen you a few times on YouTube, and he said he'll be happy to, you know, come to your show and whatnot. So I just thought I should share that, because I know you're quite busy with what you're doing. So I just want to thank you for the people.
I know. I'm still gonna keep. I'm gonna keep saying to you that I'm gonna make it happen. You've done so much. You've done so well. Enough to keep that line of convo between this platform and himself, right? And I I appreciate you for that, okay? But I promise I will make it happen, okay?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Thank you.
Stay safe, man. All right? Have a good one, sir. So that's Corfessor right there from the US, so to say. We just returned back from Nigeria on a trip. So I do have another caller. Let's take it. Hello.
Hello, my Abuja General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very well, though. Thank you.
This is Ferdinand calling from Newcastle.
Bless you, Ferdinand. That's Ferdinand from Newcastle. I like kind of calling that way. How are you today, Baba?
Yeah, I'm okay. My good. First of all, I really want to appreciate you. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
For some time now, I've not called because of my work. But I'm off today. But I've been trying to catch up with the previous one. So I started watching the program since the brunch time yesterday, last night on, and brunch time today, and this night on. So I've been following the series. I really want to make a very brief contribution. The last time I was watching the program, when you were talking about the separation of Nigeria, going back to the regional government, and you were actually reading some tweets, and then you read about one Pharaoh who said that they want to go to regional government because the North is not doing good now. That when the North was better than any other region, that Nigeria was sustaining on agriculture from the North. So that really kind of like pissed me off, and at the same time got me angry, and at the same time I was just laughing, because this is the kind of lies and fallacy they've been feeding them in the North there, you know.
Yes.
that is making them feel so
none of them
entitled
has
to
any factual backing. None.
Exactly. None of them have any actual factual backing. And like you've been saying, Nigeria is completely built on lies, and people have been sustaining these lies for a very long time, that they are beginning to believe their own lies and illusion to be true. So I don't know, whoever is listening or whether the Twitter is watching this program or not, but I just want to make it clear that Northern Nigeria has never been in any way, and will never be in any way today, in the nearest future, and forever be better than the southern part of Nigeria in any way. It's not like it's a cause, but it's the truth. It's the truth of the matter.
It's obvious that the Northern Nigeria was actually set up to fail. Okay, by all historical facts. All right.
The
one that makes sure that education is not accessible. That alone is like to tell you that the southern Nigeria that was built on education and all of that stuff cannot be compared with the North if they continue this way.
I'm not trying to cause that, but Northern Nigeria was never better than the South from the history of Nigeria, and we never in today and in the nearest future meet up the South in any way. In any way, we are two different people. I'm not saying it with hatred, but I'm just trying to state out the truth of the whole matter so that people would begin to realize the truth. You get it? Northern Nigeria was never good. They put us back from independence. They put us back from independence.
Never happened. Never.
They put us back from independence. And talking about even the mineral resources, they claim that the South we enjoy it because of oil. I thought Buhari said he discovered Gonzani oil were in North. Well, how come we are not hearing about it?
Because now what?
So how come?
Now bold. Just the license crude oil. They take $2 billion, drill borehole. That's part of the looting of Nigeria that people need. Okwari, there's a good seat. God damn it. He's a walking criminal, right?
And nobody is talking about that Konzani oil, because I remember vividly that happened during the last few months of his tenure. You get it? So these are the lies that they feed their people with, and they've become so used to this lie that they are now beginning to believe their own lie to be true. You get it? Yesterday was my birthday. Yesterday was my birthday. Yeah, so I was thank you very much. I was in a restaurant in Newcastle with my guys, and we were just talking and gisting, and they said, "Happy birthday, bro." You know, we are talking about a lot of things. And I looked at my present age. At 32, I looked at what I've been able to accomplish within my short stay in the UK. I told you previously, when I came to this country, I was 26 years old, feeling like I was a young boy, not knowing that I'm even an old man compared to what people of 25 have been doing in the UK. They are married, they have houses they've been paying for the past 5 years on mortgage. They have nice Mercedes cars. And I looked at myself and I look at what I've been able to accomplish in the couple of years I've been in the UK. If I was in Nigeria, I wouldn't have gone as far as I've gone now. That is one of the things Nigeria did to me that I will never forgive Nigeria for. You see, few years ago, I paid my wife's bride price almost ₦1 million, Mayegu. Almost ₦1 million. In fact, 65,000 was done to collect list. Now, if you look at it, when I was doing that, I told my dad, look, that we are not helping ourselves. Just like one true emperor and the African Wahala said that we should get rid of traditional institutions like the kings and obas. I will also support that we should get rid of some traditional cultures and that are making life difficult for us. How can you expect somebody to pay such a huge amount of bride price when the country is not going anywhere? When youths, young boys are not getting any job, they are not getting money. They've turned into armed robbers, Yahoo boys. Do you know that almost 80% of good-looking girls in Nigeria are prostitutes? Or if you go online, you see their profiles.
They are prostitutes. Girls don't enter seat. And then you expect somebody in a difficult economy to cough out 1 million naira to come and pay bride price. And this is just bride price. You've not even thought about wedding and other things. So for you to pay bride price and for you to pay bride price and do wedding now as a young boy in your early 30s or mid 30s, you should have not less than 4 million naira or more.
Not
how many people
for wedding?
Not for business, for wedding, no, for wedding, no. How many people out there have that kind of money? I have friends that are older than me in their 40s. They are not even thinking of getting married.
At all.
They are not looking at marriage. They are looking of how to feed themselves a day, how to feed themselves very well. Like they are not even looking about marriage. These people are 40
not
years.
Even thinking of settling down.
I have people that are 38 years old that I send 60, 50, 70,000 monthly basis, so just to feed to. They are not even talking about marriage. You get it? So this is to tell you how far and the destruction Nigeria has caused to us.
Ferdinand, our parents, if you go back and look at the age that our parents had us, you will realize that they were in their 20s, they are in their 30s.
Exactly.
The oldest were in their 30s. Hardly would they get to 30 without them having like a 1 or 2 kids.
Exactly.
But here we are today, 30-year-old, 35-year-old young men, they are still collecting allowances from their father and parents at home. Yes, I don't have money to go to that place, sir. I don't have money, daddy. I don't have money. At that age.
Exactly.
Right?
At that
they are
age.
Not thinking of marriage or anything. But you see the girls, like you said now, some of the girls who are probably resorting to other ways of trying to keep up with the economic wahala, right? And every year, you see them at Shiloh, calling the head of all these young people to come and marry them. My husband, give me my husband. Heavenly Father, give me my husband. Your husband, no day. The economy has denied people family life.
And you see pastors, all these hungry pastors, opening prayer house and cashing out of people from their ignorance and the bad economy. You get it? Making them believe somebody is responsible for their misfortune. No, nobody is really actually responsible. Traveling out has really opened my eyes to understand why things have been the way they are. And to those people who feel that you reading that book is you doing the reading, the white man is that you have nothing to that person is really stupid, because if they should look at your platform, if you kind of like read meaning into your platform and kind of like see the reasons why you do this, you're trying not just to liberate Yoruba nation or Nigeria, but it's Africa as a whole.
Bless you.
Because the reason why we're here where we are today is because we are not united. If Pan-African had taken place like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah actually proposed it to be, we wouldn't be where we are today. You get it? So anybody, you have callers from, not just Nigerians that listen to you, Ghanaians and other people listening to you here. You get it? So anybody who is feeling that you've run out of content should have his head really examined, because
I think it's just
because that white man is, I follow it. When you read it, sometimes I get so angry and I weep. And I'm like, how did our forefathers become so stupid and manipulated by these people that this dream crashed? Ghana became independent in 1957. Moved for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah moved for Pan-Africanism. Within the first 2 years of an attempt to kind of like unite Africa, the whole thing crashed, and we've not regained ourselves and our unity till date, and it's affecting us seriously. You get it? So I really thank you for what I've been doing. Do not be discouraged. I love how consistent you've been. I love how consistent you've been. Your sense of judgment, your impartiality. Calling red, calling black, and white. No matter where the earth is coming from, if not minding if it's from your region or any part. So just keep up the good work and don't be discouraged. Okay. Thank you very much,
Ferdinand. Thank you so much. Okay, and take it easy, Baba. Enjoy the rest of the week. Okay. So that's a Ferdinand, ladies and gentlemen. I think I have just about less than 20 minutes to go. Usually I would say 10 minutes. However, because we didn't start until 10 minutes after the time, so we can have an extra 10 minutes. So we can say we do have about 15 minutes to go. So I will take this. Hello there.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you, Baba?
I'm okay. It's been a while. I'm always listening, but I don't call in all the time.
So you just have to do that tonight. There must be something that makes you feel like, no, I want to call in tonight.
Well, I think I was moved by Wole Soyinka, being given in the street. So I thought I have to say something about it.
For his twerking. So tell us, what do you think?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm not against that, okay? Because I'm a great proponent of, honoring our academians, okay? So, but I only think that it come at a time when he has just almost, how am I going to say, almost destroying his whole legacy. So I think that is the sad part of it. Otherwise, when you look at Murtala Mohammed Airport, you see buried names of, a name of military, who came into power through bloodshed, through coup. We see Babangida having name of boulevards and all. If we really want to change things, I think we have to address all those. I don't understand why people will come from outside, arrive in Nigeria, say Murtala Mohammed Airport. They will say, "Who is this man?" They say, "Military."
It's a great man.
It's so shameful for a stranger to say, "Who is this man?" Ask about this man. What about this airport, Murtala Mohammed Airport? Who is this man? They will not say he was an intellectual. He was someone who helped the country. He was a fighter. No, they will say he was former military dictator. So, but this is a democratic country today. So, but those names are still there. Babangida, all of them. So, that is why I say it will be better actually that we honor people like Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, and all that people who actually made a mark. Push Nigeria up there. They are known because of education. But unfortunately, that Wole Soyinka he had just left a legacy that is a little bit pathetic.
What do you call it? He has blown that privilege. It's only the remnants that's left. Even though the people will tell you it's argumentative to, like, it's debatable, but the truth is the truth. A lot of people worshipped him, don't see him same way anymore. Let's be honest. There are many people who don't see him the same way anymore. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it should rob him of what he actually achieved. Like literally, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So that is why I said, I'm not against that. Only that he came at a time where he himself has become so controversial now. That's the only problem there. And I don't understand also, like, you live in UK right now. I live in France here. You never see where something was built because Tony Blair was the prime minister. So immediately all the things that were built during his time, you have to just name them. He don't have power to do that. Okay, you never see a boulevard here is Sarkozy or whatever, but always in Nigeria, whenever something is built, one who is the president at that time, you have to just put his name there or look for somebody that he just like or someone that he exactly. So, but I don't know how they name things, because did they have a body that select? Because here, like in Europe, like I was trying to say, there are things they will build now. Okay, they will leave it. As okay, maybe generations to come will now look around and say, who has done something again now that we haven't honored? They have to now name that thing. Look at the Murtala Mohammed Airport. If they leave it as Lagos State International Airport, or it will be okay. It must not bear name of Murtala Mohammed Airport. Whenever I hear that name, I'm always angry.
You know why I don't like the hypocrite? I don't like these guys too, right? They are so hypocrites, right? Like, they are the worst hypocrites you can see ever, right? Do you remember when Jonathan changed the name of a Unilag to Moshood Abiola University, Lagos, to Maulag?
Yeah.
And these guys organized a protest. It was massive, including Soyinka, to reject Abiola.
Yeah.
Now, I'm only saying this now because then, right, what do you call it? It was one of the highest honor given to Abiola, associating him with education, and his investment is a philanthropy. So it's a philanthropist nature on education. But it was this Agberos.
Yeah, for me, I would debate that. Because we never hear that in abroad where name of university are just named after businessmen. No, I don't think it's right. For me, I would debate that.
It wasn't a businessman. It was somebody who was really, like, evidently, right, invested so much in supporting educational, what do you call it, stuff, including building libraries and renovating schools. It was,
Let's say it's like Brigade. Let's say it's like Brigade. Imagine a big university in the United States. They just go and turn into a Brigade University. It will never happen.
Right.
And it will never happen.
If Kennedy disc, Kennedy University, this one or that, named after some of these guys too. Some politicians.
F. Kennedy was a president because of what he has done. I think he might have done something remarkable. Otherwise, they don't really just like Bill Clinton or Obama. They don't just have street like that. You can't just say just because you were president, you'll be giving a street. They don't have that like that actually. So that's why I would say just like what happened in Edo State, right? There was this former governor of Bende State called Ambrose Ali. So he brought a university to Esande in Ekpoma, University of Ekpoma. Okay, so but it was called Bende State University then. So when Lucky Benedion became the governor of Edo State, he promised the Ishan people, if you want, he's going to make sure that university is named after Ambosale. I was like, oh my God, why would Ishan people agree to this? That was me thinking here in abroad. I know it's a bad idea. Because what happens is that as long as you have nepotism and tribalism, that university, whenever other men from Benin or from Esako, like what we have Oshomole and the rest of them, okay, they are going to abandon that university. They will be thinking now, okay, that is Ambosale University. It's no more Edo State University, just because it's buried the name of Ambosale. I told everybody it was a mistake.
For anybody to think like that. It's a name, and it's still, don't you think? Like, it's normal. I'm not saying they're not doing it, but it's actually so bad to think that way. And because of the way they will kind of act on it, the way you said that, like the way they will treat it once a name is hung on it that way, is the reason why it should never be done. Okay, like it's not advisable.
Exactly. I see that coming. I see that coming because of the prevailing culture, the way things are done in Nigeria. That is what I see. Okay, when I say, okay, no, they shouldn't have agreed.
Okay, I get you now.
Exactly, because that university that is abandoned by the governor, who is a Benin man, by Oshomole, who was an Esako person. Until an Esako person will become governor now, again, nobody will take care of that university.
Right, because that's what they do, isn't it?
Even though that university is at those stages,
point, it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be. Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
It shouldn't have been. Yeah.
Thank you. My time is so up now. All right.
It's a pleasure talking to you again.
It's such a pleasure too, Baba. So stay safe, okay?
All right. Good night. Good night, sir.
Lovely. So my time is kind of. I've got like 2 minutes, and I wanted to take just 2 calls before we leave. I've taken the first one, so I'll take this and my caller. Can you hear me? You would only have just about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I can hear you now, Mayogo.
Fantastic.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, is Ejikeme from Sweden.
Ejikeme from Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah,
yes, sir, I can hear that too. Please, you have just 2 minutes, so we are like almost.
Yeah, Mayogo. I agree with what the last caller said concerning names and changing names and other things. You understand? So it's like the Ebonyi Airport was named after Zid Buhari or whatever. When Tinubu came, he changed it, and the Niger Bridge was named something, and somebody came and changed it. The one I do ask it, does it mean that they don't have anybody can come in and change name, or anybody can put name or whatever? It seems that nobody is in charge of putting name or removing name or whatever. Anybody can just put whatever name that if you don't like the name, you just change it, and another person come and change another name and the other things. My ego, just a mess.
So that's like making a mess of it. So what's the point?
It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Again, what I want to say again, I have 1 minute, like you said. My ego, I want to tell you that we, especially, I'm an example of bad governments in Nigeria. I experienced it. I left Nigeria as early as when I was 19. Wow. I've been in Sweden more than 20 years.
Wow.
My kids has grown.
You are a Swede as we speak. So, and somebody like yourself right now can actually teach me Swedish language.
Yes. My brother, my kids has grown, and sometimes my wife will look at me and I will look at her. It will be asking, what next? Because the plan is not to be here up to this age.
No.
I'm still young, quite young, and my wife is still young, quite young. And we have a good job that we can just comfortably go home and be doing at home. But when you think back, you said, is it this place that I'm going back? You understand? You ask yourself a question. Because what I'm telling you, Maegu, as long as we are here with the children, you know, the children, they will never take it serious to know their background, to be going to Nigeria, or to know the value of parents because they see us every day. But when we move out of here, you know, to Africa, when they look around and don't see us, that is when they will be, you know, coming home or call us or, you know, be close to us. Oh, I want to call father. I want to see if my father is living good. I want to see if I can send money. But as long as we live here with the children, they just wake up, they do their thing. Oh, father is okay and mama is okay. They don't need anything. I don't need to call them. They're okay. But as long as you're here with them, they will not, you know, that's African heritage.
That is not how many of us plan our old age, you know?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, people want to work strongly, harder when they are younger, so that when they are older, they want their children around them. Okay.
Of course.
And an African way, not in this kind of country's way. In an African way, right, is when you expect your children, they have their life, they're going to go and live, but they will be taking turn to spend time with their parents. That's the kind of old age we want, but Nigeria is going to deny us that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Again, you never know. As long as you are here with the children, you never know how you are going to how the relationship will be when you move out. As long as you are here with them,
they may never actually have a chance of looking at you anymore.
Yes, as long as you are here with them. But when you move out, that is when you will know, really, when you call these kids, they are going to answer you or not. You understand?
I do.
So that's how it is. Like what I said, I was young when I left Nigeria. I was too young. And when I come out of primary school, I wanted to study. But you know, I got admission in one of the secondary school. But you know, bring this money. My parents couldn't do that
at the time.
But when I came to Europe, I studied free. It was free. Yes, I studied free. I'm working and you know, study at the choice of whatever I want to study. This is what Nigeria denied me, and I got it free here.
You understand? You got empowered. You were able to pick up your life. You were able to actually have a focus and have a direction. Millions of Nigerians, young people in Nigeria now, they have no single direction.
Maegu, I tell you, I listen to your program all the time, but I don't call you because anytime I talk about Nigeria, you make me cry. You make me cry.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Yeah, you make me cry anytime I want to talk about Nigeria. When I don't know how many calls you receive. Like I said, I have stayed here long time. I don't know how many calls you receive every day. When people, when my childhood friends, I know that they are doing well, start calling me that they need help. That is when you know that things have gone out of hand. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, even if people are lying to me, even if I think that I am exaggerating what is going on in Nigeria, there are so many people close to us to show to us how bad it is. Or some of us want to pretend that we are not seeing.
Yeah.
God bless you, sir, for sharing this time with
Good
us.
night. I greet everybody. Good night.
We
Good
greet
night,
you
man.
too.
God bless you.
Good night and have a good night. I mean, a good one too. Okay, thanks a lot. Now that's AG came in from Sweden, and just like every one of us, right? We've had a few tonight. I appreciate everyone tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. When you have the chance, always check it now if you have paid your offering like this broadcast or not. Also, please go check your notification. Despite the fact that you have subscribed onto the channel, right? Go check your notifications. You know, this YouTube gets them removed, and then you may never receive notification. Go check that, take it off and take it back on your notification, and you will never miss anything. Thank you so much again, and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Ayíbi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo
súraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.